Wish you a very good morning to all my dear students. So today we will learn with the help of PPT presentation our chapter 1. Chapter 1 is motion. So in our few parts of video presentation we have discussed the important topics regarding motion, rest, scalar quantities, vector quantities, distance, displacement, speed, velocity, even acceleration. So these are the topics I want to revise it very quickly. So here the topics we have discussed, that is motion and rest, distance and displacement, uniform motion, non-uniform motion, speed, velocity, acceleration. Now we come to the equations of uniform acceleration motion. So equations of motion that we are going to learn today. So one by one just revise all the slides. What is motion? What is rest? So motion that change its position. In rest the body will not change its position, and both are relative terms. The reference point means that origin point, and always uniform motion will give us straight line. Distance is what? Distance traveled by the body is the actual length of the path covered by its, irrespective of the direction in which the body travels. So in the distance, direction is not required, but it's the actual path covered by the body. And displacement requires the direction, and that is the shortest distance or a straight line covered by the body from initial to the final position. And next, that is distance and displacement. Distance, as I mentioned, it do not require direction, but displacement require direction. Distance and displacement, that question we have completed. The difference between distance and displacement from the textbook, already it is there in the NCERT question. So when I will tell you to write NCERT question, that time we are not repeating, we will not write it once again. So we have already written this, so no need to write. So then next is a scalar and vector quantities, that all things we did. Speed. Speed is defined as the time rate of change of distance of a body, or simply we can define speed is defined as the distance traveled by the body in unit time. So therefore it is V is equal to S by T, and speed is a scalar quantity. Uniform speed, so equal distance in equal interval of time. Non-uniform or variable speed, that is unequal distance in equal interval of time. So average speed is, the average speed is total distance traveled upon total time. So it is a ratio of distance traveled to cover the time taken to cover the distance. So V is equal to S upon T, means S1 plus S2 upon T1 plus T2, that also we can speak. Velocity. Velocity is defined as the time rate of change of displacement of a body. So whenever the distance will come, the speed word will come, in that distance will come, and the velocity word will come, in that displacement word will come. So velocity is the distance traveled in a given direction per unit time, or it's a simple way we can define, it's a displacement per time. So V is equal to S upon T, and velocity is a vector quantity. So this is just revising the topics what we have completed. So velocity is measured in centimeter per second, meter per second, and kilometer per hour. So distance and velocity, speed and velocity, their units are same. That there is no change in their SI unit, GS unit, and BQ unit. Then big question, that is speed and velocity. So speed and velocity, according to this quantity, speed is a scalar quantity, velocity is a vector quantity, and speed never negative. but velocity can be negative. Okay, so these all things we discuss. And last video we discussed about the acceleration, the change in velocity upon time taken. So velocity is the final velocity uh, minus initial velocity, we can say, that is a change in velocity. So acceleration, if you want to write in formula, so it is v minus u by t. So final velocity minus initial velocity divided by time taken. So that is a is equal to v minus u by t. And acceleration, that units centimeter per second square, meter per second square, and kilometer per hour square. So these are the units. And uniform acceleration, so here the rolling body, that is a free falling under the gravity. The non-uniform acceleration, speed increase decrease, and graphical representation of motion that we have seen. So all topics we have completed in our previous video. So here slope of the velocity time graph indicates acceleration, and the slope of time velocity indicates retardation. Means if the speed increase, if velocity increase, it shows acceleration. If velocity decreases, it shows retardation. Then velocity time graph indicate acceleration, and that you can see the speed versus time velocity time graph. And now equations of uniformly accelerated motion. So this topic we are discussing, page number 40. So this is the topic in today's discussion. In today's discussion, this is a main topic, and this I will tell you to write in the notebook. Okay, so if I say you write the first equation of motion, second equation of motion, and third equation of motion. So from this I will ask 3 mark questions or 5 mark questions. So in exam I can give you question like this: derive an equation of first equation of motion. Okay, second, for the second equation of motion, and third, that is third equation of motion. So here if we see in the textbook, page number 40, if you come to the page number 40, when the body is moving with constant acceleration, then the motion of the body is known as uniformly accelerated motion. Okay, so here we can say the body is moving in a constant speed, and that's why it is known as uniformly accelerated motion. And second is, in the case of relationship among the velocity, displacement, time, and acceleration of the body is represented with the help of 3 equations, and that 3 equations we have to learn today. The first equation of motion or velocity, what is we can say that the first equation of motion, that is versus velocity and time. So time and velocity relationship, so it shows the relationship between velocity and time. Second equation of motion, it will show the relationship between displacement and time. And third equation of motion, it shows the relationship between displacement and velocity. So I am starting first. So here you can see in this diagram, the car is moving in a straight line with increased speed, and which is in uniformly accelerated motion. So u and a for the acceleration, u is the initial velocity, and v is the final velocity. Remember this thing. You can see here you can see that is u is the initial, a is acceleration, s is a speed or distance per time, and v is a final velocity. So considering a body moving with initial velocity u accelerates at uniform rate a, let v be the final velocity after time t and s be the displacement. So here You will start right like this, the first equation of motion. So you will write all three equations and how to derive it. That all things we have to write, and that will be asked in exam also. Okay, this only we have to write, no other thing you will write. See here, first equation of motion. Then if you come to the second equation of motion and the third equation of motion, up to here we have to write. Only 3 slides you have to write. First slide, second slide, and this is third slide. So 3 slides only you have to write. So first equation of motion, second equation of motion, and third equation of motion. Yes, so here first equation of motion. First equation of motion, we know that acceleration is equal to final velocity minus initial velocity divided by time taken. And for equation also we know that v minus u by t. If you want to cross multiply, so at is equal to v minus u. So first equation you will get, that is v is equal to u plus at, u plus at. Okay, so here the first equation v is equal to u plus at is known as the first equation of motion. It's very simple. It's very simple. See, it can be asked in 3 marks. Derive the first equation of motion. Very easy. See, acceleration is the final velocity minus initial velocity. You please follow this PPT. You all students please follow this PPT. If you see in the textbook, you will be confused. You will definitely be confused. So that's why you follow this PPT only. Okay, this PowerPoint presentation you will follow. So acceleration is equal to final velocity minus initial velocity divided by time taken. And so A is equal to v minus u divided by t. So therefore, if you cross it, so at is equal to v minus u, and therefore you will get the velocity v is equal to u plus at, u plus at. Okay, so the first equation give the relationship between velocity and time. So this is for the first equation. Now we'll come to the second equation. Now second equation, in that we are having the average velocity. So average velocity is initial velocity plus final velocity divided by 2. Average velocity, this is a equation. Okay, this is a equation, final equation, so nobody can do anything. So average velocity is initial velocity plus final velocity divided by 2. So therefore v average is equal to u plus v divided by 2, and distance travel is equal to average velocity into time, or simply you can mention this average velocity into time is equal to distance travel. So average velocity is equal to distance upon time we can write. So u plus v by 2 into t, u plus v divided by 2 into t. So s is equal to u plus v divided by, so here you can see, so u plus v divided by 2 into t. Next, from the first equation of motion, we have v is equal to, from the first equation we have v is equal to u plus at. So therefore, substituting for v in equation 1, so by keeping the value of v into equation 1, so s is equal to u plus at divided by 2 into t. So therefore, we have 2u plus at divided by 2 into t. So therefore, we will get s is equal to 2 ut plus at square, 2 ut plus at square divided by 2. So therefore 1 by 2, if you take 2 as common, okay, so here 1 by 2 will be go at the at square side and 2 will be out. So therefore s you will get, the last equation you will get, here if you see, the last equation of s you will get, that is ut plus 1 by 2 at square, ut plus 1 by 2 at square, ut plus 1 by 2 at square. So from here, how to remove 2, so here you can take 2 will be out, so here ut plus at square as it is, so 1 by 2 it is at square, so here also 1 by 2 and 2 by 2 out, so that's why ut plus at square, 1 by 2 at square. So therefore second equation of motion is s is equal to ut plus 1 by 2 at square, ut plus 1 by 2 at square. So second equation of motion is s is equal to ut plus 1 by 2 at square, ut plus 1 by 2 at square. Now third equation of motion, we have derived the first equation of motion, v is equal to u plus at, or you can write directly at is equal to v minus u. Okay, so that can be done. So first you can write first equation of motion, v is equal to u plus at. If you want at, then you can do here u plus v minus u is equal to at. So we know that v is equal to u plus v divided by 2, that is the average velocity, and therefore you will get u plus v is equal to 2v, or you will get u plus v plus u is equal to 2v. So this 2 will come here, So by keeping the equation 1 into equation second, here you will get v square minus u square is equal to 2atv average. Okay, so then otherwise we can get it as a v into t is equal to s, means speed is equal to distance upon time, distance into time. So therefore v square minus u square is equal to 2as, and equation will come for the displacement velocity, v square is equal to u square plus 2as, v square is equal to u square plus 2as. Okay, so these are the three equations. First equation of motion, just quickly we will see. First equation of motion, v is equal to u plus at. Okay, v is equal to u plus at, this you have to write. Second equation of motion, s is equal to ut plus 1 by 2 at square, s is equal to ut plus 1 by 2 at square. And third equation of motion, that is v square is equal to u square plus 2as. Okay, so these are the three equations of motion, and it may ask in exam, write the three equations of motion by indicating its initial. So here whenever v there, so v is what? It is a final velocity, u is what? Initial velocity, a is for the acceleration, and s for the speed, and t for the time taken. Okay, so these are the three equations of motion. So all students are requested to write these three equations of motion by taking example of by taking the support of this PPT presentation. Otherwise, when you see in the textbook to derive the equation of motion of the first equation, second equation and third equation, it will be very difficult for you. So that's why I am requesting all the students, please see from this PowerPoint presentation and try to understand. And these are the, we can say, mathematical steps. So in that all the steps you are aware, and it's very easy to understand, and I have made very easy to remember. Okay, so all the three equations of motion, first, second and third equation of motion, all students have to write. So derivation of the equations of motion that we have completed, and common diagram, if you see common diagram in all, so common diagram in all the equations, if it will be asked, draw a graphical method to derive of equation of motion. So you need to draw the diagram, page number 40. So one thing you can do, you can draw one diagram for all the three equations. So page number 40, that graph given, only graph you have to draw, nothing else, only graph. Okay, so that graph you will draw, velocity versus time graph there, so that you can draw, and you will write the three equations of motion, 1, 2 and 3. Clear? So this is very easy, and all this 1.35 figure, page number 40, is common in all. So one figure you can take, one graph you can take for all the three equations. Okay, so what is your work today? Your work is to draw first diagram to derive all the three equations. Page number 40, figure 1.35 you will draw, and then you will start deriving the equations of first, second and third equation of motion by taking the support of this PPT presentation. Otherwise, when you see in the textbook, it will be very difficult to understand. Okay, so I have made easy to understand, and therefore, so you will write easily, you will understand easily, and this is one of the NCERT question, so that we will not write afterwards. So you will complete this work. So right now we are completing one part of this, and second part I will continue with that by algebraic method. So in that also three equations of motion will try to learn from that. Okay, so here just deriving the graphical method by using the graph, and another, that is algebraic method, what we you have seen here, the same method I have applied. So either you can graphical method you can use, or you can use algebraic method. So our convenient, we can use algebraic method because it's very easy to understand. So here on the PPT presentation you can see that method only. I have not taken the graphical method. The graphical method you need to understand, and when you write in such a way that it's very difficult to write. Okay, so we will follow only algebraic method, and on the slide you can see that method only. So for that one graph only you will draw, so that will cover everything, and even that graphical method also you will cover, and algebraic method also we will cover. So this is your work today, and the page number 43, if you see the equations of motion for a body moving under the effect of gravity. So body is moving under the effect of gravity. If you come on that page number, so here also graphical method that, but we will follow only this method. Only this method we will follow. So this method is easy to understand. Okay, so how to derive the equation of motion, first, second and third, only we will use this algebraic method. So graphical method also I am explaining to you, but we will follow only algebraic method. The graphical method is here. The first equation, acceleration, that is change in the velocity upon time. So in that A is equal to BD upon AD, means this is a graphical method. E is equal to AE upon OC. So here in the graph also you can see BD upon AD, BE upon AD. Okay, so that is distance upon time. So therefore you will get A V minus U by T, and V you will get U plus AT. Okay, so now second, for the same way, so there are trapezium of OABC gives the distance travel. So here S equal 1 by 2 T into U plus V. So directly you will get S is equal to UT plus 1 by 2 AT square. And third equation is S is equal to 1 by 2 T into U plus V. So here by keeping the first equation of motion and will apply, so we will get V square is equal to U square plus 2AS. So this is about graphical method, but what I mentioned to you, we will follow only the algebraic method. Only algebraic method we will follow. So page number 42 it is given, and for comprising these two methods to derive the equation of motion, we will draw 1.35 graphical method, that diagram will draw, and after that we will continue with the first equation of motion, second equation of motion, and third equation of motion. So up to here we will come first part of this video, and second part I will upload it. So thank you, have a nice day. Continue with the second part also.